Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
Alright, rolling a little music while I'm don't kill. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the, it looks like week number 9 edition of TWITS. Joining us once again from his palatial estate in Brownwood, Texas. The Bella Caroli of Brownwood, Texas, as he's known down there, Mr. Mike Paddock. How are you, sir?
Howdy, I'm doing fine. I'm actually the AJ Foyt, going to the Texas Motor Speedway this weekend. I'm sporting the race gear now. We've got the O'Reilly Challenge 300 on Saturday.
O'Reilly?
O'Reilly, yes.
Sweet.
Meeting the old Sisterina and her hubby, Bullpane's brother.
Nice. Well, that should be a good time. What's the weather supposed to be like for the race?
About 78 degrees.
Oh, very nice.
Not too shabby.
Excellent. All right, Michael, let's take a look at the little segment we like to call News and Notes. Mike, do you know what's special about Week 9 in the SFFL?
You're leading the way at 6-2?
No. No, what's special about Week 9, Mike, this is going to be, whoever you're playing this week is the team you're only going to play one time this year.
One time.
One time. So you better enjoy it while you can. So we'll break into those matchups later in a little segment we like to call On Tap. So that's basically the news and notes. Other than Mike, I don't know if you've had a chance to take a look, but NFL slate, not great this week. I'm just going to read down real quick the early games. Atlanta, Indy, Cleveland, Houston, Miami, Kansas City, Jets, Bills, Niners, Skins, Seahawks, Cowboys, Buccaneers, Saints, Bengals, Titans.
Buccaneers, Saints is about the best one out of that.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, the NFL has hit a little bit of a lull. At least the Packers are back in action to spruce things up this week. But yeah, kind of a brutal slate of games. Mike, let's take a look real quick at the weekly rewind. Week 8, we had Fred and Evan going toe-to-toe, and we had right away, boom, we got some beer changing hands, Mike. Fred 52, Evan 22, so gets the 30-point win. Steven Jackson pacing the way with 20. Tom, another beer changing hands, 88-43 over arch nemesis Ho. LaShawn McCoy's 21 pacing the way for Tom. In the Battle of Lino, the commish takes out Mickey 48-32. Mario Manningham and AJ Green pacing the way respectively with 9 points for each of us. Mike, you took on Thad. Thad comes away with a 64-48 victory. Ray Rice's 3 touchdowns leading the way for Team 14 there, 14 plus 50 this week. And Wayne took on Tim, and on the strength of Adrian Peterson's 19 points, 1 receiving touchdown, 1 rushing, I believe, takes out Tim 63-43. So that is the week that was week number 8. What do we got coming up, Mike, on tap in week number 9?
Well, on tap, we got the Big Daddy, who's sitting right across from me on the electronic web. Jeff and his captain, Munnerlin, likes his booty. Then again, who doesn't? 6-2 with 450 points going up against Thad, Team 14. Also 6-2 at 391 points. You got him by about 60 points. Let's see what happens on that one after you get done, because guess what? Your all-time points are very close at 1084 for you and 1080 for Thad.
That is correct.
And you would think that the series would be close as well, which it is, but Thad does lead that 17-15. And then the aforementioned foe for you last week, Mickey's Crazy Critters, going up against Wayne at 5-3 and 480 points. Mickey's sitting at 3-5 with 422, but leads that all-time series in points 907 to 770. He's done quite a job against Wayne, and the all-time series is 15-10, winning 4 of the last 5 to get there. And then we start working our way down to the dregs here. First one off the bat is Evan and the Chilean Miners, 2-6 with 315 points against Tom, who's leading the league in points, 566. And he also leads that series 1146 to 1054. And but hey, Evan does lead the wins though, 18-17. So this is Tom's chance to tie it up, or Evan can go up 2.
Yep.
And then, like you said, only time we'll match up this year, so I have to wait till next year to try to catch up again.
Well, that's the Battle of Texas there. That's the War of 1812. Spanish-American Revolution all rolled into one there.
Well, we got the Battle of Texas, the next game up. We got Fred's Lone Star Long Necks going against my Hot Tub Time Machines.
That's what I mean. I was jumping ahead there a little bit. I saw the next one on the list there.
Okay, Battle of Brownwood, sure.
Yeah, Battle of Brownwood.
Fred coming in at 4-4 with 424 points, and I'm a measly 2-6 with 460 points this season. Just can't seem to get the win. Getting the points, just not the win. We don't have a previous matchup, but since I drank him under the table this weekend, I think I'm one up on him.
Okay.
And we got Tim Cranky Pants. He's got a reason to be cranky. He's sitting at 2-6 with 404 points, going against Greg at 4-4 with 438. Tim does lead that all-time series 927-883, and wins 15-13. But Greg won 4 of the last 5, so it's still been pretty close. And that's what's on tap.
Well, side note, who names their kid Captain? Seriously.
I don't know. I knew a dog named Captain.
Did you? Well, I mean, you got the Captain and Tennille, you got Captain Crunch, but outside of that, I mean, who names their kid Captain? It's just, I'm watching the Vikes game last week, and it's Captain Munnerlin in the secondary. And didn't know if they were being facetious there or what, but apparently that's his real name. Played at South Carolina, I believe.
And if he was a team captain, he'd be Captain Munnerlin.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Sergeant Major, I do not know. Mike, let's take a look at record setters. Real briefly, we had a couple of notables. Tom, 88 points, good for 3rd all time. He also had 31 bonus points last week, good for 4th all time in that category. The SFFL combined for 63 defensive points, good enough for 5th all time. And 161 running back points, that's good enough for 8th all time. And then Tom, 17 points out of his defense, good enough to crack the top 10 at number 10 all time in that category. And that's record setters, Mike. Premium password this week, Mike, currently week 9, it's MASH, lowercase M-A-S-H. Starting next Tuesday, week 10, Mike, password will be Kim, K-I-M, obviously in tribute to the breakup of Kim Kardashian and Minnesota native Chris Humphries. I know you were particularly distraught this week.
Yeah, she's back on the market though, so.
Yeah, there is that. So, premium password brought to you tonight by Brooklyn Brewery, makers of Black Chocolate Stout. A Imperial Stout, very good and highly recommended. What do you got going tonight, Mike?
We've got the Rogue Shakespeare Oatmeal Stout from Rogue Brewery, and I believe that's out of somewhere in Newport, Oregon. Yes, Newport, Oregon.
Newport, Oregon.
Tasty beverage. It's time to get to the dark beers. It's getting a little bit chilly outside.
That's right. Let's take a look, Mike, at everyone's tertiary favorite segment, Chalk Talk. Continued the downward slide last week, taking our 6th consecutive loss after 5 straight victories. Bowling Green comes up short, 15-27. They lose outright to Kent State, Mike. But we'll get everyone back on the winning track this week, Mike. We're gonna head out to Pac-12 country, and we got the Oregon Ducks and a pretty much healthy little Michael James going into Pullman, Washington to play Washington this week, Mike. And they're laying 16. Washington struggles mightily on the defensive side of things, and I think Oregon's speed and fun and gun will easily cover that 16 points. Look for Oregon with a 3-touchdown victory in that one to get Chalk Talk back on the winning side of things. Mike, dog of the week. got nipped at the end by Neil Racker's field goal last week. Took the loss. He had Jacksonville +9. They needed one more point in that one to get the push. So you, much like me, dropped to 5-2. What do we have this week in the dog of the week?
Yes, actually, we were 38 seconds away from victory on that one. If they could have just got another first down and run out that clock, we would have been set.
Yep.
But no, who kicks a field goal with 38 seconds, you know?
My fantasy kicker, baby.
You didn't need it.
I didn't know it at the time, though.
This week we are venturing into the city of brotherly love. Your rejuvenated Philadelphia Eagles. Everybody must be on that bandwagon all of a sudden. They are an 8-point favorite over the hated Chicago Bears. But guess what? Chicago's not that bad. So we will take Chicago Forte and those 8 points, and we will come out victorious and get back on the winning track with the dog of the week.
I like it. As we speak, my Wild has tied the Red Wings at 1. Just notable note there. Mike, game of the week this week. We both got a little bit of a loss last week with New England. Kind of crud in the bed there. They weren't on the ice very much last week against Pittsburgh. On the ice, on the field. Watching hockey, trying to talk football. It's a occupational hazard. But this week, Mike, we're going to stay in the AFC, and we're going to take a look at a little game we like to call Baltimore at Pittsburgh. These two teams met week 1, as I recall, and Baltimore laid the lumber at home to the Steelers. Who do you like this week?
Yes, and I am not betting against the Steelers 2 weeks in a row. Plus, like you said, they're at home, and they got that grudge match against Baltimore, who's kind of fizzled on offense the last 2 weeks. They had to come back against, was it
Arizona?
Arizona, yeah. They had to come back against Arizona last week, which you shouldn't have to do. So I'm liking Pittsburgh in this one. Their defense is stepping up. I think Woodley's back this week, and it's a home game. Big Ben.
Big Ben Parliament. I agree with everything you said, Mike, but I am actually going to take the Ravens, and I don't have a real good reason for it other than the fact that every time these two teams play, I seem to pick this game wrong. I seem to have a real good feeling about one of them, and it almost always seems to go the other way. I agree Baltimore's been playing like crap on offense, but I'm hoping last week was the wake-up call, and as good as Pittsburgh looked last week, I'm expecting maybe a little bit of a letdown after playing New England. So I'm going to take Baltimore in a close game. We'll see if I can pull it to a 2-game lead in the game of the week matchup, or we draw even, Mike. All right, well, that's about it for the Week 9 edition of TWITS. Bontra, get the sandwich out of your mouth and get back to work. And on that note, Mike, I will bid everyone a good evening, and we'll see everyone back here for the Week 10 edition of TWITS.
Adios.
Adios.